guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm back again with another video, and this guys, I know I hate it when I don't hate it, but like, you know how we all roll our eyes when an influencer or a YouTuber says,
oh my god, this is so highly recommended, or everyone has been asking for this video.
But honestly, I do get a lot of DMs on Instagram for this particular video. I didn't just shoot like a full collection of fragrances or anything like that. I basically wanted to do it in a more affordable to quote-unquote high-end collection. So it's basically the fragrances that I have and I lean towards pretty much every time, you know, either every day for normal errands or for going out and stuff like that. So these are fragrances that go from affordable to high-end. These are pretty much my favorite, pretty much the fragrances that I get compliments about. So yeah guys, I'm finally doing a perfume collection, but I do want to say I'm doing this video without a full collection because I'm planning to update my perfume collection, guys. I have a long, not a long mental list, but I have a mental list of fragrances that I really want to have, like and I just feel like, okay, let me get these fragrances out of the way, and then I'm gonna jump into everything that I already have that isn't in this video and include the new fragrances that are probably trending or like really hyped right now, and the ones that I just really don't want to have, you know. So look forward to that video. I've said way too much. Okay, let's get right into these fragrances. And of course, if you are going to enjoy this video or you already are enjoying it, please leave a like in the video, give me a thumbs up, and comment down below anything you really want to say. And of course, if you haven't, please do subscribe. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and hopefully I can get there before the end of this year. Is that crazy? Do you think we can do that? Let's try that. Okay, let's get right into so the very first fragrance. You guys are gonna probably call me crazy. You guys are gonna call me crazy, and this fragrance is not even to say that it's affordable, but just like how I bought it, it is affordable. Okay, I wanna basically normalize and to share with you guys that you don't really have to go in there and shop and buy a big bottle of a fragrance. You can actually get samples. Okay guys, believe it or not, there are people who rock samples for as long as they need to. There's a YouTuber that I absolutely love, Gina Janine on YouTube. She will literally go to Louis Vuitton, buy whatever fragrance that she likes, but she'll also buy samples, you know, and that's how you can actually try out new fragrances that are high-end, but you don't really have to break your bank. So I definitely am a vouch for something like this. Like, I vouch for this, and this is something that I do. So our first fragrance is Zadig and Voltaire. I hope I'm saying that correctly, you guys. I hope I'm saying it correctly. But this is a sample of the Zadig and Voltaire fragrance. This is her fragrance. I absolutely am in love with this fragrance, you guys. It's called This Is Her Vibes of Freedom, and obviously this is a 0.8 milliliter. Do you get what I'm saying? 0.8 milliliter, and I have two of these. So I don't wear this a lot, and it is a beautiful, sweet fragrance. You guys, did you see this color? It's giving peachy, fresh, beautiful, feminine. This is the exact idea that I get when I wear this fragrance. And like I said, because it's a sample, I don't wear it a lot, unless maybe it's like a day. I wore it yesterday actually, because, you know, I don't want to give any tea, but like if you are going on like a day date, or you know, you want to smell sweet and feminine, I would highly recommend this fragrance. I cannot wait to get the big bottle. I actually got this when I bought another fragrance, and I would definitely, guys, please don't be shy to go into these fragrance stores. Even if you are buying a fragrance, or even if you aren't, like, go there and ask for samples, because you need them. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you are going to invest in a fragrance that you really love. I mean, you start off with a sample, and then eventually you will invest in that fragrance, and this is something that I really do want to have. I'm not sure how much the bottle is yet, so I would not know, but I absolutely love this fragrance. It's floral, it's fruity, it's feminine, but elegant. I love this. While we're still in the industry of samples and stuff like that, I also want to talk about this little bottle. this little bottle of the Zara Rose Gourmand Perfume. This, you guys, let me be honest, actually, I did not buy this, okay? I did not buy this. I actually took it, my cousin left it behind. But interestingly enough, this is a very popular fragrance right now on Instagram. Like, a lot of people have been talking about these Zara perfumes. I think the other one is Red Temptation, which is a dupe of the Baccarat Rouge. So if you are someone who wants to get into high-end fragrances, and obviously you don't want to break the bank, definitely go into Zara, you guys, and do some research, guys, with every purchase that you do. I think generally, as someone who likes things, like, I'm a liker of things, okay, all kinds of things. So I like to do some research about something. I want to see, you know, how valuable it is, how comparable it is to other things. So Zara has been trending, not really trending, but like has been the talk of the town when it comes to making these high-end dupes. So go into Zara and get these fragrances, you guys. This is the Rose Gourmand. It is absolutely beautiful. Okay, this is another sweet scent. I always have this in my bag right now. Like, I don't want to go anywhere without it. Even if I am wearing a more musky scent, I love that, you know, if I'm in a space where I want to touch up, I can just have this flush of sweetness. Okay, this fragrance is so beautiful and sweet. I want to get the big bottle, and I don't want to get the big bottle of the high-end fragrance. I want to get a big bottle of this this dupe. Obviously, it is a Zara fragrance, and it's not gonna last very much. This is why I opted, like, this is why I appreciate this size, because I can always just use it to touch up whenever I do feel like, you know, I want to steal the attention or, you know, make a statement. So you want to get these type of fragrances not for really longevity. You don't really want to invest in an expensive fragrance that you know is not going to last for too long. So I would say get something this size, you know, just to touch up. Obviously, this is if you are someone who's into fragrances and you really care about how long a fragrance lasts. This is something that you would want to touch up with. And what I like is that it doesn't really have a spray, it has a roller. You know, back in the day where our parents used to have these little samples, they would just do this. Oh my gosh, guys, this smells so good. Wow. It's a very ladylike, sweet type of fragrance. I would definitely recommend this, even as an everyday scent. Honestly, if you are someone who, you know, wants a sweet scent to be on the go with, I would recommend this Rose Gourmand by Zara. Now we're gonna get into the 100 rands, of rands, but it's still very much within an affordable spectrum. Like, I kid you not, you guys, it is very much affordable. But I think you guys should remember this fragrance from one of my other vlogs from back in the day. I bought this at Guess. I think it was about, what, $600. It is also a sweet fragrance. I think I'm in a phase right now where, yeah, it's sweet, but it has a bit of spice into it. I think, like I said, I'm in a phase where I want to get more into sweet scents, because I know it sounds very political in the sense that, you know, heterosexual dynamics and stuff like that, but hear me out. I do want to say that men really enjoy a woman that smells sweet. Okay, I know. Anyway, a man who cares about, you know, like how good you smell or stuff like that. Not that it even matters, honestly, you guys. At the end of the day, you want to smell good for yourself. But I will say, men obviously can note that you smell good, but I think it does something when you are a woman that smells sweet. Okay, this is not to say a woman should smell sweet or a woman can't smell a bit musky or masculine, because that is also what I really do prefer. However, men do enjoy you know, a sweet scent from a woman. This is just my opinion, and this is not something to live by. You can definitely switch it up. Anyway, it doesn't matter whether your scent is masculine or sweet. It will you smell good, whether it's feminine or not. You smell good. Okay, so I think I'm saying all of this to say I'm in a phase where I'm trying a lot more sweeter scents. This is away from what I usually go for, which is a more masculine, musky scent. So that's why these three that I've shown for now are definitely on the sweeter spectrum. Okay, so this is a fragrance that you can get. It's not high end, but and I would not say it lasts very long, honestly. It's something that you would want to keep in your bag for a touch up, but it's good enough to have because it does smell good, and I like the fact that it's sweet but also a bit, you know, spicy. Okay, so I would recommend this bottle. How big is this? It's a 75 milliliter, so this for about a 600 rand is quite a bargain. Okay, and I don't really use up a lot of my fragrances because I like to switch things up, so this is why it's still a bit full, but like, yeah, this is definitely something I would recommend that you guys get on the affordable spectrum. Okay, the next scent is also on the sweeter side of life. Guys, this is crazy. Why do I seem like someone who likes sweet scents? But like I said, I'm in that phase right now where I'm trying out sweet scents, and this is also something on the, you know, affordable spectrum, and it's a brand that actually I learned about this year. You guys, I learned about this brand this year, and they have really good stuff, not just fragrances but like clothing, coats, jackets, shoes as well. And I'm talking about Ted Baker. I don't know if you guys know too much about Ted Baker, but it is a brand. You can get it in South Africa. Like I said, I didn't know about it until I actually went to the store. There's one in Sandton. I'm not sure about Mall of Africa, but Ted Baker, I bought this scent I think around my birthday, and it is also a very beautiful and sweet fragrance. Let me actually get a whiff of it because it's been a while. Another more, it smells very familiar to something else actually. I might have to do a bit of research of what this is a dupe for, because it's also on the sweet but more musky, spicy side. This is also something that you want to wear, you know, on a date, not even a date night, like, but just like a date type of situation, and you want to smell very rosy and, you know, elegant. Like, this is for a serious lady type of scent. I'm not very good at like explaining and like talking about fragrances or anything like that. I don't know the language quite yet, and I'm not really talking too much about the ingredients, but this is definitely more on the fruity spectrum. It's very like elegant, ladylike, but you know, very calm, not overbearing. I actually really enjoyed the scent. I went to Ted Baker to buy something else, and I ended up trying this out. This was about 600 bucks, which is also quite on the, you know, affordable spectrum, and the bottle is what, 30 milliliters. Okay, that is quite expensive for a 30 milliliter bottle. 600 bucks is, you know, I mean, I would get a 50 milliliter bottle for 600 bucks, but like 30, maybe, I don't know. But like I said, Ted Baker is quite a reputable brand. Like, they are on the not luxury side, but more on the affordable luxe. The cross in between luxe and affordable. Like, I think you would put Ted Baker along with brands like Steve Madden, Michael Kors. Or am I reaching? Comment down below if you guys think I'm reaching. But Ted Baker is quite a reputable brand, guys, so I can understand why their 30 milliliter bottle would be 600 rand. Okay, I can understand that. All right, let's move on to another fragrance. This next fragrance is definitely more on the date night, serious lady things. This one is for serious babes. This one is for, yeah, like, I've got money in the bank. Maybe you don't have money in the bank, but like, at least you give that impression. And this is the Narciso Rouge. I think it's the Narciso Rouge from Narciso Rodriguez. I bought this a couple of years ago. What was it, 2020? I think I had a phase around 2020, if you guys remember, where I was really investing a lot in fragrances. Like, I would basically plan to buy fragrances. I still do in a sense, but like, I take a break, and I've been taking a break from buying any fragrances, but I think I want to get back into it. But this scent I bought around that time. I watched a lot of reviews and videos about this. I think I was just like trying to find what fragrances really work for women, you know, especially for date night and that type of stuff, especially even for winter, autumn scents. this really showed up. This was really recommended. The Narciso brand is definitely well known as like top-notch quality when it comes to fragrances, and usually people lean towards the ones that we know. So I tried this Rouge fragrance because I was looking for something for a date night or something more, you know, on the classier, elegant, reserved type of aesthetic, and this is the fragrance that I chose. I can't really remember. I bought this from, I think, for Sheeny online. I would say maybe it was about like 800 bucks, and it is a, I think I'd say 50 milliliter bottle. This is a 50 milliliter, I would say. Let me smell it because I haven't worn it in a while also. But I think I like to, this is very, it's not sweet. It is not sweet. It's very much on the mature, you know, sophisticated side. It definitely has some spice and some musk. It's not masculine, but it's also not too feminine. So it's a beautiful fragrance. I haven't worn it in a while, actually. I really have not reached for this in a while. I actually forget about it sometimes. But this is also something that you would consider an everyday scent, you know, if you wanna, you know, if you wanna emulate that type of serious lady, you know, focused babe type of thing. Guys, fragrances have a lot of impact on you. Like fragrance, you can have a fragrance that will remind you of a certain time of your life, in your life. And I think a fragrance can really, you know, charge a certain confidence in you. So this as an everyday scent would definitely, you know, resemble sort of like a mature, elegant type of style. So yeah, this is something that you could consider every day. However, I do feel that it should perform a lot better when it comes to nighttime or winter wear or autumn wear, okay? But this, I would also say it's on the affordable spectrum. It was about, I think, at 800 bucks, and I bought it a couple of years ago, I think 2020. So yeah, this is another fragrance that I actually do enjoy, but I have not been wearing very often. Let's get into a fragrance that I actually have been abusing. Oh my god, guys. And you know what, this is also going back to the fact that I don't want to do too much of a collection in this particular video, because I am going to abuse this store. I'm going to be visiting this store and buying this brand more than I have, and you know what, I love it for myself. I love that for myself. I'm talking about Joe Malone, you guys, and I have two of these babies because I'm gonna explain how I got into that. I went to Joe Malone, I think this was around my birthday, around April. That's when I bought this. This is the Velvet Rose. It's an oud, so of course when you're talking about an oud, it is going to last, it is going to perform throughout the entire day. Honestly, I think this is one of the fragrances that actually do last and perform well on clothing rather than on your skin. If you put this on a jacket, child, it will go, like, you have clothes that still smell like that, okay? And sometimes it can be overbearing. I don't really enjoy that too much. I don't want a fragrance that's gonna be on my clothes for a long time, guys. No. But that says a lot about the quality of the fragrance. So I would definitely recommend Joe Malone, you guys. I think I've been sleeping on them for a long time because I thought they were expensive. Honestly, I thought Joe Malone was expensive because I've heard a lot, you know, of say when it comes to their candles and stuff like that. So I figured, oh my god, the fragrances were probably insane. But I think this was about like 3 point something, like 3.2 or 3.4, you know, something like that. And I bought this as a jewel. Actually, they had a sale or something where you get, you know, a percentage off if you buy like a cream or an oil. So I opted to get the oil of this Velvet Rose. I do think that when you are doing something like this, when you want to get like a duo, something like that, ask them if you can mix the combos. I don't think it's really, not that it's a bad thing, because I'm sure the purpose of having an oil would be to pair it with its fragrance. But I think the next time I'm going to try and see if I can get a different oil compared to the fragrance that I'm actually buying, because I don't think I really enjoy the oil. Also, I also don't get the concept, because sometimes this oil will literally, you know, leave like a stench on my clothes, and I hate that because I only just put it on my neck because it's a spray. So I just spray it on my neck, but it would, like, maybe I need to, you know, rub it till it dissolves or something. Maybe it's my application that's the problem. This oil, I would say maybe next time I want to get a different oil as opposed to the fragrance that I'm getting. But I do recommend Joe Malone, guys, when it comes to buying fragrances. Joe Malone is actually a brand on its own, but they do make dupes, like higher end dupes. So you might have to do your research, guys. Like I said, do research with your purchases, whatever it may be. Even if it's shoes, handbags, do your research. That way, if there's a fragrance that you really want to have and Joe Malone has a dupe for it, go get the dupe, guys. You're gonna get it for even half the price, okay? And Joe Malone is quality. That's why I mentioned to you guys that this fragrance will last on clothes for a while, so it's good quality. So if there's a fragrance that they might have a replica of, go to Joe Malone. That's just my opinion, because Joe Malone is also quite respected. It's not gonna seem like you are, if you really care about things like that, it is a respectable brand. So go there and go to Joe Malone. I cannot wait to be going, guys. I think I'm gonna abuse Joe Malone this year, hey, because there are a couple of fragrances I want to have, but let's not talk too much, let's not say too much, okay? So yeah, guys, this is a high-end dupe. This is a high-end duo that I have been reaching for and I absolutely love. I do get compliments about this, and it is more of like it's a unisex fragrance. I would not say it's feminine. I would definitely say it's more on the masculine side, which is something that I really do enjoy. And this was actually recommended to me and I really did enjoy it. So that's why I bought it. But I definitely recommend this. Just be smart when it comes to buying things, you guys, especially if you are someone who wants to get into luxury and stuff like that. There's no pressure to actually go get that specific thing, because in the world that we live in, there are dupes and replicas that have as much, quality and is as reputable, so that's just my opinion, okay? My next fragrance is also more on the high-end side. Like now we're talking proper luxury brand. I actually got some flack about this fragrance on Instagram. People were like, oh my god, it's so expensive, how can you afford this? But it actually wasn't that expensive in my opinion. But I'm talking about the Versace Eros. This is quite common, I would say, especially from luxury girls. A lot of luxury girls have this fragrance as like an everyday type of fragrance. It's not really something to, brag home about. Is that the phrase? Brag at home about? Call home about. But that phrase, like, honestly, I wouldn't say I was underwhelmed, because when I did smell it the first time at the store, I was really happy with it. And because it is quite, hyped. But I consider it an everyday fragrance, and once I consider a scent an everyday fragrance, it means I'm not too, restricted about it. Because when I love a fragrance, guys, I don't want to use it. I'm that type of person. When I love a fragrance, I don't want to touch it. I want it to last as long as it can. And I'm seeing that I use this more than I use the Joe Malone Velvet Rose. So this is definitely more on the feminine side. It is a white floral type of scent, definitely more fruity, citrusy, lemon. It's very fresh, it's very whimsical, but it's not too sweet. So I really love that. I love that it's not sweet, but it's definitely on the feminine side. Very fresh, very fruity, and I absolutely love the bottle, guys. Do you see this bottle? Like, having this bottle with the rest of my collection is so sexy. It is so sexy. Shout out to Versace for this. Like, this is definitely giving high end, and it was about like 2 point something, like 2.45 at Forshini. So it's not too expensive, and this is a big bottle. I think this is 100 milliliters, so it's quite a great investment. In terms of performance, I do think it lasts, but there are things that are better. I love the longevity, because once I wear it out and stuff like that, when I come back, the fragrance is gone, and I'm happy with that. I don't want something that's overbearing. So I am very happy with this fragrance, and I would definitely recommend it for you guys. Once again, I wouldn't say like it's on the expensive side, because there are fragrances that really reach far. But yeah, this is something worth having. It's a really great scent, and it has been very highly recommended. So yeah, definitely try this out. It's the Versace Eros, and it is it's an EDP. Yeah, it's an EDP, which explains that it doesn't really last for like a ridiculous amount of time, but it's good enough. Like, it's worth the investment. I've also mentioned this fragrance a gazillion times on my channel. It's definitely, I think, still my favorite fragrance right now. I'm still looking for something that I'm gonna obsess over more than this fragrance. When I wear this, guys, I tell you, my confidence becomes on a 10. I always get compliments when I wear this. And obviously the brand is a brand, like everybody respects this brand. I'm talking about the Christian Dior Paris Oud Ispahan. Oud Ispahan. Yeah, this fragrance is obviously unisex. A lot of men wear this, a lot of women wear this. Guys, it's actually a very popular fragrance. Like, it's very popular. I once posted it on Instagram and someone said they hate this fragrance because it reminds them of their deadbeat baby daddy. Cha! And that's fair, because honestly a lot of men love this fragrance. I think me and Pagadish have this fragrance together. This was actually the best seller. This was the top performing fragrance around the time. I don't know if it's still the case, but this, I've had this for over a year, you guys, and can you see that I am eating this girl up? And like I said, when it comes to fragrances that I really love, I don't like to use, but honestly, shame, I've kept it for a very long time. Like, for a while, it had been sitting here until I think I got to Joburg, and I've been going out for, you know, dates and stuff like that. So I've really been, you know, abusing my baby, but I absolutely love this fragrance, you guys. It's literally my favorite, and it was on more of the pricier side. I think this is the most expensive fragrance I've ever bought, and it is the big bottle. They do have a smaller bottle that ranges around 4 point something. This was 6 point something. This is the big bottle, so you do get the value of your money, because this is the fragrance that I can go to my closet right now. There are jackets and clothing items I have washed, okay? I have washed them, and they still smell like this perfume, guys. It's crazy. That is how much this is a brand to not play with. I also love the bottle. This is so elegant, you guys. Like, I want to have a collection of these. If you know what, if God is serious about me, I want another Christian Dior perfume. God, come on. I want a collection of these. I also want to try out their body washes. Guys, when you walk into the Dior store, like, it feels like a dream, okay? It feels like a dream. But I will say it is definitely more on the pricier side, and this is the most expensive fragrance I've ever I own currently. Even Louis Vuitton is not too bad. When I went there, I was pleasantly surprised, but obviously for the smaller bottles. So yeah, guys, this fragrance, top 2 and not top 1 and not 1. What am I trying to say? Anyway, it's definitely number 1 for me. It's my favorite scent. It's my favorite scent, guys. Like, I feel like money. I feel so confident. I get so many compliments when I'm wearing this. I might even wear it today. Like, I look so good. I think I'm gonna, you know, put this on. I don't want to go anywhere though, so why would I do that? I would be wasting my perfume for no reason. But yeah, guys, this is my favorite baby. I would highly recommend this for men and women. Definitely get this, girl, okay? Alright, guys, I was not expecting this video to be this long, but I hope you guys do enjoy it, and I hope you guys do, you know, try out these fragrances. Let me know what your opinions are on each fragrance, or just buying fragrances in general, or investing into that stuff if you are into smelling good. Let me know what kind of recommendations you guys would want to have. Do you guys actually want me to try out a specific fragrance or actually buy into it? Because I don't mind doing that as well. At the end of the day, we are a community, and I want to relate with you guys when it comes to even fragrances and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please make sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much. Bye.